All right, we're over in r/relationship advice with a post by Throw R.A. Mixed Babies. Ooh. My 29 male girlfriend's 27 female dad discouraged me from proposing because their family isn't thrilled about us having dark babies. Me and my girlfriend, Naomi, are an interracial couple, with her being Korean and me being black. We have dated for just under 5 years now, and for the past few months, I've been planning on proposing. I'm pretty traditional, so I thought it would be a good idea to ask Naomi's dad for his blessing before I proposed. I asked earlier this month. When I arrived at their house, I was greeted by Naomi's father and mother, who invited me in. After a little talking, I told them that I was going to propose and wanted their blessing. Her mother was ecstatic, and her father didn't seem displeased, and he told me it was okay for me to propose. We talked more, and the topic of babies was brought up by her mother. I told her that I wanted to have kids with her, and she got even happier. We continued talking. When I told them I needed to start heading home, her mother said she would send me home with some food and left for the kitchen. Me and her dad have a small language barrier between us that is usually alleviated by Naomi or her mother, so we kind of just sat there in silence. He then told me this. I'll clean it up, but it was difficult to understand as he isn't great at English. Quote, "You are a very nice young man, and we like you a lot. We'd be happy to have you in our family, but we are not too happy about you and her having dark babies." End quote. I was stunned, then kind of just awkwardly laughed. We sat there for another 2 minutes before her mom came out with a wrapped plate. When I got home, I said nothing about this to Naomi. I know I need to talk to her about what she said, but I don't want to be the one that accuses her family of being racist. And I know this is probably irrational, but the way her father said it put the thought in my head that Naomi may not want kids because of how dark I am. How do I approach her about this in the least accusatory way possible? You just gotta be blunt. Y'all been together 5 years now. 5 years. Oh my God. You gotta ask up front if the family is racist. When you're a minority and you're dating outside of your race, your nationality, your ethnicity, your culture, you gotta ask if they're racist, if they're bigoted, if they're prejudiced. You gotta know. Oh my God. I would be so tweaked out. This would be like 5 years down the drain for me. Imagine if she like just had a fetish for black dudes because of how messed up everything is in the US and how much bullshit they put out about us propaganda wise that they have for hundreds of years successfully. And oh, Jesus. Let's go to the top comment by Dr. Hugh. She probably already knows. You can ask her if she knows how they feel about you or if they have said anything about you two getting married and having kids. She likely wants you, but I suspect her parents' racism is not news. And OP replies to that. All right, 4K upvotes. Jeez. I guess she probably already has heard it before. This is the first time I've ever felt anything kin to racism from them before. Okay, we got a couple more comments, and OP replies to those. Her dad showed his true face. He may have said we, but don't immediately assume that includes his wife. Horny version replies to that comment that says, definitely this. He's likely speaking for people who doesn't share his opinion. And OP replies, you're probably right. That threw me off. It seemed like her mom wanted me to put a baby in her daughter. That is tough. We got a couple more comments from OP. Let me see. But no, I'm not gonna read those because it's just him joking around in the comments about his language. No. But we have an update, so we're gonna immediately slide to that. Let's see. Thanks for all y'all's input. It really helped me, and most of y'all were right on the target. Yesterday afternoon, I sat my girlfriend Naomi down and had a conversation with her about what her dad said to me. I tried to leave out any mention of proposal to her. I was in the neighborhood and decided to pop by. Terrible lie, I know, but she brought it up. I told her what her dad said about us having dark babies and asked if she had any similar feelings about our kids popping out half black. She looked at me like I was going out of my mind. She told me she didn't give a fuck about the color of her kids as long as I was the dad, which was reassuring. She was not happy with her dad. She wanted us to take a drive over there and talk with her parents about it. Ooh, that evening we dropped by unannounced, and when her mom opened the door to see us, she immediately asked Naomi to show her the ring. Naomi was confused, and I about shit myself. I, like a dumbass, didn't call ahead to her parents that I hadn't proposed. I guess her mom thought we were going to surprise her with the engagement and assumed I had already proposed. I was speechless. They began speaking in Korean, but from context, I assume her mom was asking if I was too cheap to buy her an engagement ring. And Naomi looked at me and started hugging and kissing me. My secret was out, and I told her I had already asked her parents for their blessing. She was a few seconds from crying, but sucked it up so we could speak to her dad. Like I said in my OG post, my future father in law isn't great at English, so he and Naomi spoke in Korean. According to Naomi, she asked him why he told me that. And he said that he was worried about their extended family not viewing our babies as Korean and being rude to them for me being black. I guess this did not come across well in English because he was just concerned for me and our kids. He didn't care that our babies would have dark skin. This was a huge relief. Her father isn't racist. Their extended families are, but like, fuck them. Who cares what they think? I am just so glad that our future kids are going to have grandparents that are going to love them. Only downside is now Naomi is expecting my proposal, so I got to knock her socks off. Thanks so much for all the help. And he drops an emoji. No. I see. It's the rock and roll emoji, but with dark skin. I approve. I approve. Okay. No heads need to be cracked open. Nobody needs to be pushed down any stairs. This makes me happy. Let's hit the top comment with 12,000 upvotes. Good news is you're pretty much guaranteed to get a yes. Let us know how the proposal goes. Do you have any idea how you'll surprise her? And OP replies, not yet, LOL. My original plans got scrapped thanks to the pandemic. Ugh. And now my second plan got shot down that she's expecting it. Hopefully plan 3 will be ironclad. Yeah, hopefully. Let's see. There was some comments I liked. Here we go. By Sweet Ragnarok. I am so happy for you. My suggestion, ask her to marry you in Korean. Look into YouTube or ask another native speaker to at least have you say the words phonetically correct. I did that when I started learning Japanese. It was hard just saying things out as they were spelled, then realized phonetically this is different. Yes, it is. You can be a bit more sweet and humorous in her language, saying like, honey, this isn't the way I wanted to propose, but I would be honored if you would marry me. You are the best thing that has ever happened to my life. End quote. It's a mouthful, but imagine if you said that in her home language. She would be sobbing tears of joy. An intimate and sweet proposal is fine. The fact that you already asked her parents for a blessing speaks volumes that you are awesome. Maybe learn to make a dish she really wants, then pop the question. You can be a little creative and go to Etsy and buy yourself a custom cake topper dolls to you and your girlfriend's image for a wedding cake and present that to her with a ring in hand. I don't know if Korea has any traditional ways in doing a proposal. I'm half Asian, Filipino specifically, and I went through my country's old school pre-colonial courtship proposal method. That's a ceremony in itself, but can be touching and meaningful, especially if the family is traditional. Please update us soon with a proposal, as a sub and this world needs more happy endings. And OP replies to that. That's what I've been planning to do. Her little sister has already offered to teach me. That's what I'm talking about. After all these sad ass, annoying ass, messed up stories I've been reading these past few weeks, we need good vibes like these. I swear. Oh, makes me a happy camper. And unfortunately, there aren't going to be any more updates after this because OP's account got banned. I don't know what they did to do and how it happened, but